everybody, welcome to part 6 of the series, Is There Any Meaning to Life? If you haven't watched parts 1 through 5 at this point, I recommend you go back. In part 5, we talked about how on earth there can be a good God if the world is so messed up. In this series, we're using an analogy of an ant colony living on a paper airplane, which is representative of our human race living in the universe, just because it's a little bit more simpler to wrap your mind around a paper airplane than the whole entire universe and all of its complexity. So, the ant colony who lives on this paper airplane is faced with a problem. There is a standard of behavior of right and wrong that they all know that they ought to conform to, but yet do not. And that there is someone or something who created this standard, and if that is true, then they could all be in some real trouble. Now, there are two ideas on what this entity is like, the one who created the standard. There's one set of people or ants that claim that whoever created the world and the standard is just an impersonal mind. And there's another group who claims that no, this entity is more like a person. Now, let's first talk about the impersonal entity being just a mind. If this entity is purely an impersonal mind, then there is no use in appealing to it and asking for it to let you off for breaking the standard that we all know is right, just as there is no point in asking the multiplication table to let you off when you do your math wrong. Now, in reaction to this, certain groups of ants will say then, well, then I have no interest in this entity or this God at all if he's like that. I don't like him and I don't want anything to do with him. The trouble with that is that deep down, part of you really agrees with him and is on his side. You agree that on his stance of correctness of behavior against greed, trickery, and manipulation. You may, however, hope and want that he let you off this one time for whichever way you broke the standard, but you know that if this power does not absolutely and unalterably detest what is wrong, then it cannot really be good, even in your case. So we are left in this dilemma. Deep down, we all agree that the standard of behavior is true and is right. But there is another part that longs to be let off the hook for the times that we have broken the standard. But see, this calls for a personal God, not just an impersonal mind or life force, because only a person is capable of forgiveness. Tune in for the next part, part 7 of the series, to find out more.